via te fatalo fatu nei fo I vai ngore fiafi nei o le aso tofi ia ile fa nga solo I fo I program me lau NUSTV pe yo na masan ia fiafi taitasi ile fiafi nei os fa ponga nei o tato program o le fa saunga le fiafi pe la fo on sila fia pa ia man malu se tato tunu me se fo pa anga lau program nei po la wala atani ia o tato program nei o fa saunga ia e pe li rifa la vanga na I tulanga fa fiafianga ia mana I tala fo ni tato totoi sa I fo tina inga mai nga luenga ai me se fo tute sa fianga ia ina ni fo yaso belea ia ole a tala tato program sta sinio tato fa fianga ya nasa mai mo mai se tasi na tato fa fi fianga ya wala foi lo mai mo ngal ni fiafi ya le wata penna mai di si vai ngadio ko mi me ik Au mai atu stasi na tātou whaafianga ai. Ana mai mai moa. Au ani i tu ua tāpo karami. Lea o le a tā pena mai risia tā whaafianga lea. I wala fu ilang mai moanga nea fiafi. Ia ona so o nema tā marolonga. Te wha wau tātou whaasaunga. Mō le nea fiafi.
of art performing for you in this stylish cultural entertainment. The students' grand entrance is symbolic of the journey taken by the Polynesians to Samoa, marking the coming together of all islands of the Pacific in this culture celebration 2024. We are the survivors. We are the Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, the Faculty of Arts.
Mana tua le tamu sanga te to fitu le fi anga e vai mo tele sala fai pa tau no wino ina so fitu ma sur valu ki topa lua o lua lima ile malayo Edward Park iba o le sini au tu o le tamu sanga lei fa amana tu ina o le se fulu fitu tau sanga la kapi mai lona po ngai au tu le ipa Rocky Sevens Tournament aso se fulu fitu sur valu ki topa lua o lua lima ile mo tele i sala fai au le lei tu sa atu i runga o penga sa fai langi ai misi no mota maulawa NUS TV Televisi Fa'a Mariloto. Ya, jadi umai fo satu malolonga ya. Salonga wisa elak kue review mai. Ora sega upuso. Ya tu la wen leo le te fa tumbu la wiputi. Ya mba eti. Mai mo mai no. Leu ta pena ma di staff fianga dia wala fo ilau no fo mai boa ya mala si sila ne fiapi Ya, o tūranga, o pespesenga, o fifianga, o siwa, tūranga wa pena. ia le ue mai mo ne fiaf alo mai disi ta fa fianga nei ia ile si ui la tatou pokalami ne fiafi ia ona ua maua fo e tatou pokalami ia tu ua ia malo stasi fo i uso ia po o a una ngalue fo ia tatou tunu mise fo i tulanga tau fasalau e tulanga la fo i lunga me tau media ia le ua tu ua le malo le sunga o le ali ia Rudolph Bartley e pe ona ia ile fiafi ia le mele stasi e toa manu tulanga la fenga renga me tau tu stala ia Michelle fo yo fa afsenga ina ia po le fau sio po kalame ese i lunga o lata mo nga ia mai lau NUS TV manuia malanga rudi
Ufi mai Ile malosi o Be asisi le tai o fa be si mai Lo ai ma ui puanga Oi ole tupu e pule I mea uma O te file mu be O oi lo uatua O oi o te mapuai Ke riso ana o oi Ia oi lo mana File mu mata li tonu Be asisi le tai o faua be si mai O lo e ai ma ui puanga O oi o le tupu e pule I mea uma O te file mu pea O oi lo atua
Ya, mo ngalo fana NUS TV ya pa pe fo ile finga mlanga riso ya rule of bad. Ya ai taro si ui fo ile ma tan unga le ta to po kalami mo ne fia fi ta to ta pa I verse 4 terminate pa so foi. Mana tua ta musanga ta to fitu wala fi anga I vai mo tele sala fai pa ta no win no so fitu ma sur valu ki topa lua o lua lima ile malayo Edward Park iba o le sini au tu ta musanga lei pa amana tu ino o le se fulu fitu to sanga la kapi mai lona po ngai au tu le ipa pi 7 tournament aso se fulu fitu sur valu ki topa lua o lua lima ile mo tele I sala fai au lei tu sa atu I runga o penga fai langi ai misse no mota maulawa NUS TV Televisi Pak Madiloto.
Afio mai matala mai ao tātou muli mawina le whanatanga a lea sina se fulu. Aso tole se fulu ma le tole se fulu tasi o Oketopa, lua o lua lima. I le Universite ao o Samoa. O le au tu o le whanatanga, e te tele a te senga ai mātua i le o. O lo whea ngai pia i tātou ma lui tau ese i a inga, no e ka le sia, ai mai se o whaafitau li ese i Samoa nei. Afio mai, su mai, tala mai a au tātou whaasoa, mo se Samoa manuia.
Design, graphic design. Too easy.
Talafalava Samoa o Thea McFarlane.
Let go. Ethan Lawson with the charge. Picked up from McFarlane.
You're watching USTV, LTV Familia Lotu.
This energy storage system is not like others. It's made up of repurposed batteries from electric cars.
This is the world's largest deployment of reused Second Life transportation batteries, and we believe it's also the largest microgrid operating in North America today.
This is an incredibly low-cost and simple way to deploy a huge amount of energy onto the grid.
The 63 megawatt-hour microgrid is powering 2 modular data centers for AI infrastructure company Crusoe at Redwood Materials' new battery recycling facility in Nevada.
The key constraint for AI computing has really become energy and access to electrical power. What you see here is a completely new vision for how this can be done.
J.B. Straubel is one of the co-founders of Tesla and served as its chief technology officer until 2019. He founded Redwood Materials in 2017 to recycle batteries and create a sustainable closed-loop supply chain for EVs and other clean energy products.
We have about 70% of the total aggregation collection of material in North America. That really means that those batteries are not getting sent to landfills. Those aren't getting wasted.
But as Redwood started receiving more EV batteries, it noticed most still have usable capacity. Rather than recycle those, it's now repurposing them for microgrid projects that could provide cheap energy storage for new and existing data centers.
We're just finding a way to bring a little bit more value out of those batteries and reuse them before we recycle them.
In the energy industry, the holy grail has been 24/7 renewable power, but the cost of batteries was too high until today. This changes that.
When CNBC first visited Straubel's battery recycling startup in 2021, it was just getting its operations off the ground. 4 years later, it has grown exponentially.
We have substantially increased the amount of material that we are processing, maybe by a factor of almost 20. We have commissioned multiple lines, multiple factories to handle that material.
The company previously recycled out of Carson City, Nevada, but has since expanded its operations to a new campus just down the street from Tesla's Gigafactory.
This facility here in Sparks, we're vertically integrated all the way through incoming batteries and materials, storage, sorting, then initial processing and refining, and as well into material manufacturing. So this is also the site of our first cathode manufacturing factory behind us here.
Redwood is also building an even larger battery recycling plant in South Carolina.
It's 600 acres. The one we're at here is 300 acres. And we intend to do more or less the same thing, but bigger there. Many of America's battery plants are on the East Coast, so it makes logistical sense to set up a hub near the port of Charleston there and close to the battery plants that are on the eastern side of the U.S.
The company takes in and recycles everything from batteries and consumer devices such as cell phones, laptops, and power tools, all the way to the massive batteries used in EVs from the likes of Tesla, Ford, BMW, and others.
We today get material from well over 100 different companies and partners. Generally, I'd say today, often the problem is almost feeling like too many batteries. It's a constant tug of war between the the parts of the company that are out there, finding all the batteries, and the other parts that are processing and scaling up our operations.
And as EV adoption has grown, so has the number of car batteries reaching end of life.
Today, EV batteries and those type of materials are the fastest growing part of our feedstock. That's growing almost 100% per year, doubling every single year right now.
As Redwood scaled up its recycling operations, an opportunity presented itself.
The electric vehicle batteries, many of them had most of their useful life remaining. And so we thought, really, wouldn't it make more sense to take advantage of the utility they still had rather than feeding them directly back into recycling?
In many cases, it may still have 50 to 80% of its capacity remaining, and it's a shockingly high number we're already seeing can be repurposed.
Energy storage is still the fastest growing battery demand market. It does make sense to access that demand. Where Redwood can really set itself apart is in that circularity piece, obviously coming from a battery recycling background. There's a really big appeal to using batteries that otherwise would have been scrapped or recycled.
Redwood begins the process by evaluating the battery's health and capacity.
When we receive a battery, the first thing we do is we just look at it physically. Is it in good shape mechanically? Is there obvious damage? We do a very brief electrical check just to see that their cells are healthy enough to be put into energy storage use.
Once the batteries have been validated, they can then be deployed into its energy storage array.
We integrate those into this technology platform we have that can basically plug an EV battery pack into an array and allow it to function as a greater whole in a large energy storage project. And we're deploying these projects into large assemblies of batteries, hundreds to even tens of thousands of batteries, to serve a common goal of supporting a manufacturing center or perhaps a data center to firm up renewable energy.
Redwood designed the system to accept batteries from a variety of sources. GM recently announced it will collaborate with Redwood to provide both new U.S.-manufactured batteries and Second Life battery packs from EVs, but the company is primarily using the packs it receives through its existing recycling operations.
This little gray box here, we call that our universal translator. It's a sophisticated piece of power electronics engineered by Redwood that really allows us to plug in any battery pack from any manufacturer.
The hardest part about this was really the power electronics and the software controls, so that we can deploy a battery that might only have 10 or 20% capacity remaining right next to one that might have 80 or 90%.
The microgrid is actively monitored and batteries are replaced as they wear out.
You unplug the pack, you bring a forklift over, you move it aside, you bring a new one in, and you plug it in again. So it's a very quick operation, maybe 30 seconds, hot swap, and then you're off and running again. The energy and the power contained in each pack is monitored